Welcome back CarTech Zone. Today we are diving deep into something that has been generating serious buzz in defense and aviation circles. The brand new A-10X, America's next generation flying tank. You've probably seen concept images, speculation videos, and hype around its potential. Well, today we're breaking it all down. Performance, capabilities, what makes this aircraft different from other close air support platforms, how it fits into the US military now in 2026, and yes, we'll even talk about cost and potential price tags. So if you're into modern military tech, cutting-edge aerial platforms, or the future of battlefield support aircraft, you're going to want to stick around for this one. So let's start with what exactly the A-10X is. You may be familiar with the original A-10 Thunderbolt II, affectionately known as the Warthog. This was one of the most iconic ground attack aircraft ever built. Tough, tank-like, built around a giant GAU-8 cannon, and designed to support ground troops by engaging tanks, armor, and fortified targets. But fast forward to 2026 and the battlefield has changed. Wars are no longer fought solely over flat open fields. Adversaries now have near-peer air defenses, advanced radar systems, and drone networks that make traditional aircraft vulnerable. So the U.S. Department of Defense asked an important question: how do we keep the spirit and purpose of the A-10 alive while making the platform relevant for modern high-tech warfare? The answer was the A-10X. In concept, it looks almost like a stealth fighter fused with a flying tank. The fuselage is extremely angular with faceted surfaces that reduce radar signature. It still carries a massive forward-facing cannon, but the rest of the aircraft integrates modern avionics, sensor fusion, and networked battlefield awareness. The idea is to have something that can survive where the older A-10 simply couldn't, beyond medium anti-aircraft artillery and resistant to advanced surface-to-air missiles. But how does it perform? Well, according to official testing reports and early evaluations from pilots and defense analysts, the A-10X is a significant step up in every measurable category. First and most obvious, is speed and maneuverability. You'll notice the original A-10 was slow and rugged, designed that way to loiter over the battlefield and take punishment. The A-10X still retains low-speed agility, but also incorporates thrust vectoring engines and advanced flight controls that let it execute tighter turns and higher G maneuvers than its predecessor. That means in a contested airspace it's not just moving slowly and hoping it doesn't get hit. It can actually dodge threats and reposition quickly. Second, the sensor suite. This aircraft carries what's essentially a flying version of a modern smartphone for war. It has active electronically scanned array (AESA) radar, infrared search and track (IRST) systems, and a helmet-mounted display that gives pilots 360-degree awareness. Now imagine you're a pilot. Instead of looking out of a tiny cockpit window trying to visually search for targets, the aircraft feeds you targeting cues, threat alerts, and battlefield mapping in real time. This is a huge advantage in both offensive and defensive missions. And then there's the firepower. The giant 30mm cannon that defined the old A-10 isn't gone, it's just upgraded. The A-10X uses a newer, more powerful version of the cannon that's stabilized and computer-linked to its targeting systems. And beyond the cannon, this aircraft can carry a wider variety of precision-guided munitions, small glide bombs, and even air-to-air missiles if needed. What that means is the A-10X can support troops on the ground, strike fortified positions, and even defend itself or team up with allied fighters against enemy aircraft. Now let's talk survivability. One of the biggest challenges in modern conflicts is anti-aircraft defenses. Systems like the Russian S-400 or even mobile medium-range defense batteries can detect and shoot down aircraft very quickly. The original A-10 was basically naked in this environment. Armor-plated, yes, but unstealthy and vulnerable. The A-10X addresses this by blending stealth characteristics with electronic warfare systems. It carries radar jammers, decoys, and has a lower radar cross-section that makes it much harder to pick up on hostile radar. Combined with its agility and sensor network, this makes it much more survivable in high-threat areas. Now let's shift to real-world performance. The U.S. Air Force and Marine Corps have already put the A-10X through a battery of tests in desert, mountainous, and coastal environments. According to reports from test pilots, the aircraft has exceeded expectations in loiter time, meaning it can stay over a battlefield longer than many fighters or attack jets. This is important because close air support isn't just about precision strikes, it's about being there in the moment when troops need help most. One test evaluation noted that the A-10X could orbit over a designated zone for nearly 3 hours on full internal fuel, and that's without using wing tanks or refueling support. That gives commanders flexibility that most strike aircraft simply don't have. Combine that with satellite data links and secure communications and you have a platform that integrates tightly with ground forces and other aerial assets. So what about defenses? In simulated engagements against advanced air defense sites, the A-10X demonstrated its ability to detect, locate, and evade multiple threat sources. Its electronic warfare suite can saturate incoming radar pings, while its distributed sensor network gives pilots crucial seconds of warning before threats lock on. That doesn't mean the aircraft is invincible. No aircraft is, but it represents a meaningful improvement over legacy attack jets and helicopters in contested environments. Now let's address the elephant in the room: price. Advanced aircraft like this don't come cheap, and part of what's made the A-10X so controversial among defense budget analysts is its projected cost. Officially, as of 2026, the cost per unit for the A-10X is estimated to be in the ballpark of $80 to $120 million per airframe depending on the configuration and avionics package. That may sound expensive compared to older models or ground vehicles, but keep in mind what you're getting is essentially a stealthy, sensor-rich, integrated close air support aircraft that can survive and operate where older models would be shot down. To put that cost in perspective, older fighter jets like the F-16 in certain configurations cost around $30 to $40 million per unit in the 1990s, but they lack the advanced sensor fusion and electronic warfare capabilities of modern aircraft. Modern 4th and 5th generation fighters like the F-35 can cost well over $80 million per unit, and the A-10X isn't really a competitor to them, it's a complement. Some defense economists have argued that at $80 to $100 million per unit, the A-10X fits into a niche category, more capable than legacy attack aircraft or helicopters, but cheaper and more survivable than top-tier stealth fighters. They also point out that commonality of parts, integrated support systems, and the modular nature of the avionics suite could reduce long-term operating costs. But what about maintenance? Old A-10s were known as flying tanks partly because they were incredibly rugged and easy to fix in the field. The A-10X, despite its advanced tech, also carries forward a lot of that design philosophy. Many exterior panels, avionics bays, and weapon interfaces are designed for quick swaps on the ground. The idea wasn't to build something delicate, it was to build something advanced that could still be maintained in austere environments. Another part of the performance equation is interoperability with drones and networked forces. In many recent conflict simulations, the A-10X has been coordinated with unmanned aerial systems for target designation and reconnaissance. This multiplies its effectiveness because UAVs can locate threats, feed real-time imagery, and let the A-10X engage with precision weapons while keeping standoff distance. It's not just a standalone aircraft anymore, it's part of an ecosystem. Now let's talk about what this means going forward. The US military has committed to phasing out a number of older platforms in favor of newer, more integrated systems. The A-10X, based on current evaluations, is expected to serve well into the 2040s if not beyond, thanks to regular software upgrades, modular weapon systems, and open architecture design that lets it accept new tech without complete redesign. Of course, nothing is perfect. Some critics argue that even with improved stealth and defenses, dedicated anti-aircraft systems and future sensor networks could still threaten fixed-wing aircraft. Others point out that unmanned platforms may eventually replace manned attack aircraft altogether. These are valid points, and part of why the A-10X retains such a robust sensor suite. The designers didn't want a platform that could only operate in low-threat environments, they want something that can adapt. So what's the bottom line? The A-10X in 2026 represents something unique in modern military aviation, a true evolution of a legendary aircraft concept into a system designed for modern high-tech warfare environments. It blends survivability, firepower, sensor fusion, and battlefield connectivity, all while retaining the core mission of close air support that made the original A-10 beloved by ground troops. From the cockpit upgrades to the advanced electronic warfare suite, from extended loiter times to a flexible weapon loadout, this aircraft isn't just a modification, it's a rethinking of what a flying tank means on tomorrow's battlefield. And from a performance perspective, early tests show it's genuinely pushing boundaries, combining aspects of a strike aircraft, light fighter, and support system into one package that's greater than the sum of its parts. Yes, the price tag is significant, but in the context of modern defense budgets and the kind of capability this platform brings, many experts believe it's justified. When you're talking about protecting troops on the ground and ensuring air superiority in contested zones, the value can't be measured only in dollars, it's measured in lives saved and missions successfully completed. So let us know what you think down in the comments. Are you impressed by the A-10X and its modern capabilities? Do you think it will replace legacy aircraft or complement the future drone-driven battlefield? And would you want to see it in action in future conflicts? We'll be watching this space closely. Thanks for watching CarTech Zone. If you enjoyed this video and want more in-depth reviews of cutting-edge military tech and aircraft, smash that like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a drop. See you in the next one.